Okay, so we're starting the recording of the meeting in Florida, and things are a little bit laid back in Florida, so a 10 o'clock start time is more like 11 o'clock start time.
No,
is that,
no, we'll start at 10:30.
at 10:30?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of laid back like in the Caribbean. We had a little chuckle about that. It's a little later, so I'm becoming used to the culture of when we travel around the world to do these things, kind of learn how everyone operates, and we like to fit right in. So I like the laid back. But we are going to start for the early bird. We don't want to actually waste any time. This is a learning workshop for licensed real estate brokers and salespeople, and we're going to do some things before we officially get started. We have Sabrina on the line. We're actually in Weston, Florida. Personally, I think it's an unsung, untold gem in Florida. People don't realize what's going on around Weston, Florida. And just to give you the demographics to all the commercial people that might be listening in, and also the reason it's good for the residential people, because people don't build the largest shopping center 10 minutes away from where we are in Florida for no reason. There are some mighty good reasons to be locating in Weston, Florida area. Secondly, Rosa, who's in charge of this development here in Botanical, also mentions that the largest shopping mall in the United States of America is being built another 15 minutes away. Now you tell me where you can have two of the largest shopping malls literally within 50 miles of each other being built. You tell me if the demographics aren't already done. It's like if you want to locate a franchise, a lot of times you go put it right beside McDonald's because you know you're going to be busy. So in other words, we're suggesting that Weston, Florida is an enviable place to live. The other reason is it's right in the middle. You can get to the West Coast, to Naples, in 1 hour to an hour and a half, between 60 and 90 minutes. And you can get to Fort Lauderdale and be on the beach, dancing, all kinds of good dances there, as we were last night at the Aruba, right at the end of Atlantic Avenue in Lauderdale by the sea. And you can do that in like 30 minutes, and you can dance your heart away all night long. And it's great. If you want to be quiet, you can go to a museum in Boca Raton, or some very beautiful shopping. Everything is close by as long as you drive a car. The only difference is you might not have to walk out and get on the boardwalk by walking out to your home. You simply drive there, which is what we've been doing, and we're accustomed to doing. You can plan your day. So while we're doing this seminar and talking about this, we're going to be jumping around a little bit because this is kind of a prototype. I know I kind of feel like Alexander Graham Bell when you're inventing something new. This is something new. I feel like a little Alexander Graham Bell bringing information services to the world. We're trying to get have-and-want marketing sessions going, so all the licensed real estate professionals in the room here are helping the public connect to do deals. What makes it different from what we're doing on real estate boards, you're going to learn today, is that you can be working a lot of exclusive information that you cannot work on a real estate board. It gives you extra chances to make money. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm going to show you pages of testimonials so you can get excited that every single person in this room can do it. And I'm telling you now, this is an opportunity right here in Florida. I drive around and see more FISBOs every place I go because they're putting up little signs even though you're not allowed to. I understand if you drive up A1A, you're not allowed to put a for sale sign up. Artists. There's a lot of stuff that you can't find just kind of driving around. You really need a licensed realtor to find out about it. But then how do you find out about all these stuff? That's where ICIWorld comes in. And we've been going to meetings like DREA.org because I think they have 1,000. Anybody know DREA.org membership? Is that 1,000 members? They have investors attended a meeting and great networking going on. All licensed real estate brokers should join that organization. That contacts to make money. The other thing we went to recently was came in West Marlins was playing a football game. West Palm Beach at it's pretty new speed at the market. Yeah, it's the training camp for the Marlins, and who happened to win. And they actually beat the Washington Nationals. A lot of people don't know the Washington Nationals actually came from Canada, Montreal. And so that team got moved down to Washington, and they were playing, and it was wonderful because we met some of the top 50 commercial real estate people in Southeast Florida. We were networking with them all day. The area was there, and now online, in between, we're going to jump around a little bit today, and that is that Sabrina, we have online from Toronto, and we want to bring up one of her properties on the screen because this is an international property section. And you know, when we present properties internationally, where we are going with this service is more important than where we are at right now. Right now, it's almost to me like the beginning. Even though we've been going 20 years, you know, Willie Nelson played the guitar many, nobody knew about it. And in the 18th year, he did that too. And everybody picked up. And everybody called him an overnight sensation. Overnight. It was 18 years before it kind of happened. And by the way, if anybody thinks of the tune, let me know, because I can't remember it. You were always on my mind. Was that it? It could have been. That's good thinking. And so the same thing here. Now, Sabrina is online. This is one of our mobile tools. If you simply put that ICIWorld.mobi on your mobile phone, you can save it as a shortcut. And when you do, it takes 1 second to bring it up. In this case, I want to go down here, and I'm going to click on Search Listing As and Wants by members and past members, actually. And I'm going to change this to the world, the search, and I'm going to put Sabrina's name here. Sabrina, so that you can look her up. And you can do this on your phone too if you want. Start practicing. You should be able to be expert in the information business for real estate. That's what we're here to teach. And if and when you ever work to join our service, we will make sure that you know how to find these things within 3 to 10 seconds. How we teach you is using GoToWebinar software, one-on-one with you. We help you, and you only need about 1 session, and you will be fine. And Sabrina, we can see your listings online. Is that the private villa in Italy that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, I'm going to click on it. And if you want to, should I click on Roma, Italy, or just leave it like this, or grab one of those links and do it?
Yeah, you can click on Roma or La Dispoli. In fact, if you want to see the beach, there's a YouTube video.
Okay, well, here's the Roma. This talks all about where the property is located. Is that correct?
That's right. It's 20 minutes from Rome by train.
Okay, very good. So we're going to take about 1 minute and just cover this particular listing. And what I'm going to do is I accidentally closed it, so I'm going to try to reopen it again. And there it is. And I'm going to click on that one. And I'm going to click on, by the way, if you use the add link option, Sabrina, you don't have to make me copy and paste it. I could have just clicked on it.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah.
Which one did you want me to?
That one's good. It'll show you the beach.
Okay, so
but you have to skip the commercial. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and click on it and play it here. And let's see if it'll play.
It'll play. You just have to skip the commercial.
Oh.
Wait a second. In
Okay, skip.
3, 2, 1. Skip.
There it is. Okay, so this is where you have a property right now. And how much is this in U.S. dollars, please?
It's 400.
400,000 in U.S. dollars?
It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, finished basement with a separate entrance. 10 minutes to the beach. 20 minutes to Rome.
There you go, 400,000 U.S. Anything else you want to say about the property?
It's a great location. I mean, you have access to the city and you have access to the beach. It's a year-round property. Well, being Italian, I highly recommend some investment in Italy. The prices are great right now because the economy is a bit quieter, and it's a great time to take advantage of that.
Okay, very good. Okay, so thank you very much, Sabrina. And that's exactly how simple it is to present a property. She's sitting in front of her computer at home, and so in the future, you can actually call in to this particular webinar and present your property wherever you are worldwide, and you can present it. Okay? And Rosa, I'm going to have you come up and maybe speak, and along with Leslie, did you want to come up and speak about the properties here at Botanical?
No, I think she says up better on this.
Is that Rosa?
Yeah, Rosa gets up that Botanica, but Leslie says not better on this either.
Okay, very good.
So we're ready to get started, I guess.
Okay, let's talk about your property in Botanical. Should I go to, let me see, I don't know where that other film was.
What's in the Dropbox?
We have that other film that we did at the beginning.
Yes.
But I'm going to show that another time. Is there something else that I can show? Maybe just going to botanicalweston.com?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Botanical. Botanicalweston.com. Okay, we can do that. And we'll just let it play. It'll automatically start to show the homes.
Yes, I think so. If you go to Botanical Home.
Botanical Homes, okay. Just click on that. And which one?
Open High.
This one here?
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you want to just take 1 minute to talk about the homes.
Yes, we are located in Weston, as you say. We are really, the location is a privilege. We are close to two major shopping centers. We are 10 minutes away from the Fort Lauderdale Airport. And 20 minutes the Fort Lauderdale is a modern style community. We have 2 awards, architecture designing our houses. One is Chad Oppenheim, the other one is Ronnie Mateo. They have designed houses in 25 countries. And you can see it here. We have 1-story and 2-story houses. They come completely finished with the pool, summer kitchen. Our price is going from 1.5 million to 2.6 million. We have 4 from 4,000 square feet to 95,000 square feet. It's a boutique community. Only 56 houses in the north side and 69 houses in the south side. And we are delivering houses right now.
Okay, how can I show the full page of pictures that we were showing earlier?
I don't know how to, I don't play that much with that.
All right, wasn't it on this page here somehow? That we started to see them?
I don't know. I don't play with that web page that much.
Okay, but is the picture going to come on this page now? Full page? Okay.
Yeah, I think we have it here. But for the ones that are here, we have a model house right now that I can show you. I don't know if you haven't seen it. We have right now really interesting buyers because they can see a model house. Last month, I sold myself 6 houses because what happened? People right now can feel it and touch it. What is this houses about? Remember, we are in Weston, that is a really well-known city by the schools district, public schools, and the private school district. And it's the last community that is going to be built here. Weston also offers for a lot of the buyers the opportunity for having the kids like going for the 6 different parks or activities that the city has. We, yes, you can see it here. Some of the houses, like you can see the difference on the height ceiling, 11 to 21 foot ceiling, and the difference on the layout. But what is these houses about is the natural light that brings his design with all the walls with pretty much with windows, and the way that the architect is creating to feel like you can be in different rooms and you feel the outside of the house. That you can see here through the features that you have.
This could easily appeal to sports figures from around the world, movie stars, people that are in the upper bracket of incomes, everything. These homes average from about $1.5 to $3.5 million approximately. And you're right in between 2 of the most major shopping malls in North America. And so it's a wonderful space. And of course, they got all the other amenities. You've got golf course. You've got everything going on around here. And I heard also that it's a very special schools for children. They really got good schools. And those are things that you can check out on your own time. Thank you so much, Rosa. And thank you for hosting us here. We have an absolutely first-class a model presentation home that you'll be absolutely impressed with. And the developers have been very successful in other parts of the country. Check it out is all we're suggesting, and we're going to kind of move on. Okay, now Gladys in Copenhagen, are you there? Gladys in Copenhagen, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, which city are you in, Gladys?
Naples, Florida.
Okay, you're in Maple, Florida. Do you have a property that you'd like to present internationally right now?
Not well. I don't have them. I don't have the photos with me.
Okay.
But in the future, I will have them together. I don't have them with me now.
Okay, so in the future, Gladys, this is a good example. A lot of you are seeing this for the first time, but I'm letting you know wherever we do seminars, and I don't care if it's a seminar in Toronto, Canada, if it's in Belize, which we're intending to go because we have different friends in different areas, and also in Florida. We're going to be doing a lot more from Florida. You're welcome to call us ahead of time and have your property arranged ahead of time. Leslie,
yes, I will.
Be with us.
My last name is not Copenhagen. It's Siegenhagen. Cyenhaag.
Oh, very good, Gladys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to continue on. I'm going to put everyone on mute so that it is clear sailing for sound. And Leslie, do you have a website that we can go to see your property?
I guess we could go to, leslie.bettersouthfloridahomes.com.
Let's see if we get it on the first one. Any such stuff? Here we go.
Okay.
We did it.
And let's put the address.
Okay.
The bar there.
We have another property being presented. Okay.
117 West Riverwalk Circle. Riverwalk is one word.
Okay, let's try that. And I'll just say, what city?
Plantation.
Okay. Let's see if it comes up. Oops, no results have been found.
Try to get rid of the west, or maybe put W.
Okay, what was that address again?
117 Riverwalk Circle.
Oh, there it is down there. Oh, we don't want to use that just in case it
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
work.
that's it, I think. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Okay. Go ahead, you want to talk about it, Leslie?
Well, that's this is a gated community of 64 homes, about 5 minutes or so from Weston. So it's in West Plantation, Florida.
How do we get rid of this? I already signed up, log in terms of me. I can't seem to get rid of that.
Maybe continue with Facebook.
Okay.
Continue as Gary on the bottom.
Continue with Gary. Okay, so you don't have a choice. Okay, no problem.
You're registering.
Okay, and I have to do it again, put in my number. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. By the way, everyone, there's my number worldwide. I also have a Florida number, 954-317-2327. If you want your property presented, we can line it all up ahead of time. This is like a prototype meeting to start doing international marketing sessions. We might even do it by country, by area, by continents at a future time. Let's continue on. Here we go, registering. Oh, timeline for purchase. I got to fill this in.
It's 3 questions. Just click, click,
okay.
and click.
All right, got it.
There we go.
Done. Okay, here we go.
So there's 64 homes in this. It's gated and walled community. It was built in 2015. The unit has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. It has a 2-car garage, upgrades and clean, really clean throughout. There's a community pool in the neighborhood. There is a patio, screened-in patio outside and green area behind the unit. High ceilings, crown molding, laminate flooring.
Any questions anyone else has of this property? Anyone in this room can ask a question of Leslie.
It's listed at $399.9. Just got listed this weekend and should sell probably within a week or so.
You know, Leslie, we happen to help somebody sell their property. We rented the property for 1 week, and it was not listed at the time.
Mhm.
And she said that she would like to list it, and we got a little reduced break on the price if they could show it a couple times. So we figured, oh, maybe once or twice. Anyways, there were 4 showings, and it got sold
Oh, wow.
right away. That property was, how much was that?
Listed at $299. $294.
$294. That was in Deerfield. And in Deerfield, $294 with around 1,200 square feet plus a nice little patio deck out the back there on the second floor. And it got sold right away too. So things are moving down here. This is a big change from what happened in 2008 and earlier, isn't it?
Things are moving.
And we're going to be talking about that in the seminar coming up, how over 500,000 Canadians have actually purchased in all these areas down here, and how a lot of people don't realize there's actually going to be a lot more happening despite the Canadian dollar. And we're going to cover some of the statistics on that, and also some of the things that your Governor, Rick Scott, had to say about inviting Canadians to come down here. Okay, very good. Tell us about the area.
It's in Plantation, West Plantation. It's a really nice city, close to all the roads, close to Weston, close to Fort Lauderdale Airport, about 20 minutes to Fort Lauderdale Beach. Easy ride to Miami and to West Palm Beach. We're kind of right smack in the middle.
Okay, very good, Leslie. So there we go. There's another property. Now, if we had other people online, we could present your property very easily, so you can see how easy it is to present a property any place in the world. Today we got Italy. The last meeting we had properties. People were attending this from Ecuador, presenting properties in Miami, Toronto, literally all over the world. We can do this very nice and easy in a very comfortable fashion. And you can be in front of your own computer with a cup of coffee, relaxing, and get ready to present your property as well. Any questions before we officially get started here? I'm going to bring up the information for our seminar, webinar right now, and let's get started. There we go. And that was actually a part of our international real estate marketing session. And the intention, again, is to conduct this at the beginning of all our meetings. Where will you find out about our meetings? Does anybody know? Worldwide marketing sessions? You go to online, perfect. You go to ICIWorld.com and you click on events. And you can do it on your phone and you can see upcoming events. And if you were to do that now just to practice, because I know everybody's brain is working way faster than I can talk, and I want to thank you at the beginning here for having patience with me to speak, because I know I cannot speak as fast as everybody thinks. So I might give you 2 things to do that really keep you going. One of them is go to ICIWorld.com. I really like you to do it on your mobile phones. And when you go there, you get taken to the mobile site, and you click on the word events. And when you do, you're going to see various events. One of them is 4 webinars that are going daily, which are explaining the different things that are going on here, how you can make money with exclusive information, etc. And it'll teach you how to do that. And also inviting everyone now to start presenting their properties at the beginning of these meetings. There's the instructions. This recording is going to be played later by a lot of people. It's going to be circulated. And there's the instruction for every single broker and salesperson in the world. In North America, there's about 1.5 million salespeople. We're recommending every single one of them add these mobile apps and also the shortcut. Anybody that has a BlackBerry or can't remember their password for installing an app, you can simply type in ICIWorld.mobi on your mobile device, and then you should learn how to add it as a shortcut to your home screen. What that means is you literally are only 3 seconds away from showing properties or seeing properties, and I'm going to give you an example of 3 seconds. Now, if I was to, let's say, click on ICIWorld.mobi, you could do this on your phone, and if I was to click on residential, search residential, that's 2 seconds so far. Now, I'm going to choose USA, and we're going to choose Southeast, and we're going to choose Florida because that's where we are at the moment. I'm going to sort them by price. I'm going to expand the number of months that I search back just to give you a flavor of what's coming on here right now. And you'll see properties from $22.5 million on down. We think that the most expensive property in Florida should be listed here. Does anybody know what that property is in this room? We drove by it yesterday. Okay, Connie, you want to say what it is?
It's on Hillsborough Mile, and what is it, 139 or 159? 159,000.
It was, I think it was 163 million, if I'm not mistaken. It might fluctuate, and it's going up a little bit because they did a few more renovations and added some things. And they have, that's an amazing home, $163 million. If you're interested in that, give us a call. And Connie, I think you mentioned it. So Connie's also a member on ICIWorld. We're inviting every broker and a salesperson in the world. It's actually worldwide advertising, almost free. And then if you had a property here, for instance, this particular one here is in Weston for $8,500,000. You'll see that Teresa Emos has that from Coral Shoals Realty in Plantation. And this is all about Weston, Florida. You can click on these links and learn about properties. We think that 90% of the brokers in the world have actually missed the boat a little bit on the internet, because what they're doing are throwing properties on the internet with no due regard to the location. And when you think about it, the three most important words in real estate, location, 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 although a lot of people in real estate will say timing, timing, timing. But let's talk about location, location, location. Now, this is a way to help market your properties by linking to the local economic development website of your local community. Every community in the world has one of these websites that helps to sell your community to the world. And this is going to say, oh, isn't this nice? They can click on all about residents and visitors, all about Weston, for instance. You can click on that, and you can see Weston has a distinction of having public schools, excellent private schools rated nicely. All of these different things are mentioned in here, and you've got one of the things that I did not know. I'm going to click on 10 best places, and just to show you that I was not aware of this when I first clicked on it. Now, this is a shame if this doesn't come up, because Weston is one of the top 10 places. Let me just see if I can get that back here. I'm going to click on 10 best places to live in America in 2016. Here we go. Media release, City of Weston, 10 best places to live. There it is. Weston, Florida is number 8. And you know something? If you're going to have the biggest shopping mall in the United States coming up, that should move up a rank or two. Would you not agree? I know that in our family, with our ladies in the family, the wife and the sister and whatnot, they just love shopping down here. And it's just great. Okay, so that'll show you that there's a lot of things that you can be learning by clicking on these websites through the listings that the brokers are placing on ICIWorld. ICIWorld started in 1994. We were the first real estate information service on the internet in 1994. We're still here to this day. It was a nonprofit corporation for many years. But, you know, it's a challenge, and we've now turned the corner, and it's just kind of moving forward nicely, and we continually reinvest to help produce more business for all of the members. Let's continue on. Oopsie daisy, I pressed on one button that I didn't need to. It should say that it's already open, and there it is. We actually record these, and you'll be able to see these later as well. Okay, now, I'm going to actually click here, and this is actually a Canadian broker's website. There it is. This is a gentleman named Michael Carter. He's with Kingsway Realty, and we actually have over 1,500 Canadian brokers that we have helped supply websites to, but more importantly, we have also helped supply listings to. And to give you an example how you could be advertising your Florida real estate listing, you put it on ICIWorld, to our main website, but it will be instantly populated on other brokers' websites in Canada. So in other words, if somebody comes down here and clicks on, let's say, residential exclusives, which is just a choice, they can come down here, and you will notice that Florida can come up here very easily on a Canadian broker's website. And then when somebody clicks on that, and I'll sort them by price again, and I'll expand this a little bit more. And I'm going to click on search database, and look at that. This is a Canadian broker's website with listings from Florida on it. We're thinking. We got our thinking caps on right now. Okay? How can that make you money? Well, you're going to find out a little later that the membership in ICIWorld, we call it almost free because it's basically $319 per year. That's not the issue. The special today is $240, including for anybody that listens to this online. You can get your first year to join ICIWorld for $240 for 1 year. That's the special to join ICIWorld. Gives you unlimited haves and wants to put as many Florida properties on ICIWorld, and they're instantly appearing on other brokers' websites. Now, if someone in Canada is searching through this particular website, which there's 1,500 of them, and they happen to see one of these listings, what's going to happen is somebody might want to click on one of these listings, and if they try to click on this one in Weston for 1.3 million, they cannot click on that number. What does that mean? They have to get in touch with the agent who has the website. If this is your website, that means they have to call you. So in other words, you can have this link on your website. Would you like that? Right? In other words, this is a way of triggering leads. Now, let's talk about the different real estate board services you belong to. If someone comes to your website and clicks on one of your real estate board services, can they see the address?
Yes.
The answer is yes. If somebody new that doesn't know you sees that particular address, is it possible that they might drive by the property first before calling you?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah? And if they drive by the property first before calling you, and they see the sign from the other broker in front of the property, is it possible they might call that other broker? And if they call that other broker and they end up doing a deal, does that other broker call you back and say thank you?
No.
No. That's right. So we think it's important. We think that the MLS system and real estate board services are the backbone of our industry. Absolutely the best in the world that we have right now. We're benefiting from that. When you have a whole property for sale, you put it on there and it can get sold within an hour, within a week, within a day. It's wonderful. However, it's not the only way to kind of market property. And we're going to be talking about today how you can be marketing exclusive information, such as you see here, that you can share with other brokers worldwide. And we're inviting certified international property specialists around the world, which I just got my personal designation, and I'm so proud of it. And the people that are in it, and we got one in the room, we got two in the room, because Connie, and over here too. Oh, this is marvelous. So the CIPS designation is Certified International Property Specialist, and it's people that I think are really sensitive to the culture of other people, and they enjoy the culture of all people, and we like to explore that, and I'm having fun doing that in real estate. And so to me, this is not even a job. It's something that I just enjoy kind of doing.
I have a quick question.
Question in the audience, yes.
So for example, considering that it's there and they can't click on the link, how would they then find which realtor that property belongs to?
Okay, so the question is, if someone visits your website, and this happens to be your website, what are you going to do when someone calls you? Chances are what's going to happen is they're going to call you and they're going to say, I'm interested on message number 362808. I'm interested in that particular listing. And you should say, and especially if you're in Canada, and here you might want to sell it yourself because you're in Florida, right? What city are you in?
Weston.
You're in Weston. So you might want to sell that property yourself. But maybe someone else, maybe Connie, you're over on the other side. You might not want to come here, and you might be too busy to even handle it. So she might want to do a referral to the broker who's got that listing. In either case, I'll use the choice of the referral because this is what happens most of the time. So someone's going to call this broker and say, I'm interested in message number 362808. Can you help me? And you should say, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then you are going to get a hold of the broker that's got that listing. And you're going to say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? That is a 5-minute phone call. It's averaging $3,000 to $10,000 and more. We have one Remax agent who's now done 15 of those. He's on the cutting edge. All the members on ICIWorld we're all on the cutting edge of technology. This is all new technology, 20 years in the making, getting better and better and better all the time. And so how did he do it? 15 referrals. Average referral takes about 5 minutes to do once you know how to do them. You should have referral forms in your briefcases if you join ICIWorld. Referral, referring agreement, referring broker, receiving broker, that goes on your referral agreement, the date, the details, etc. You do a regular referral like you would be doing in your office regularly. The only reason brokers and salespeople do not do more referrals is because you don't get the leads. If you were to put this on your website, which is a simple instruction, when you join ICIWorld, we send an instruction to you. You forward that instruction to your website designer. That's it. Done. It works automatically. Question, Connie?
Go back to her question. What you do is you click on that. If you're an executive member, you get all the information of the listing agent. So it's automatically there for you, but not exposed to the public.
Okay, so the public wouldn't even be able to see pictures or anything.
That's correct.
If you have pictures, yes. If you have pictures on where they can click in and see some various information. If not, then you only have it depending on how it's set up.
This particular widget is designed to trigger a lead during the term of the listing so that they don't go direct on you. This triggers the lead. So sometimes having pictures and having the details showing isn't necessarily an advantage to make you money. Yes, it's prettier. Yes, it's nice to have. And you already have them. You're all realtors. You've got the whole MLS on your website already. You've got lots of pictures. I'm talking about something else to add. Think of it this way. If you owned a shoe store and you only had one brand of shoes, that's the only brand you have. Well, why not add some more brands of shoes to your shoe store? Why not add some more product to your computer store? If you have the Best Buy, they have lots of different products. We're suggesting that you have a website that is a store on the internet for real estate. It's like people walking down in a tourist area and they look in the front window and they see all the different pictures. That's wonderful. This is something else. You can now say that you've got exclusive information that's not on real estate boards. That's giving the public more choice. And it's wonderful. And we're going to be covering that today. And there's so much information around the state of Florida. It's incredible of the business that you can be doing here. How would you actually look up that number? Would you like to know?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to copy that number. And then I'm going to go to one of these. Go to ICIWorld. If you want to search people, what would you click on?
Search.
You'd click on search. You know, we have a lot of information on here, but it's all of an educational value. There's really only two things you do on ICIWorld. There's really only two things. You search from time to time. I'm going to click on it, search, and I just clicked on it there now. And it happens to be that that's where the search database 1 by message number is. I click on it, and then I'm going to put the message number up here, and I'm going to search. And then I'm going to click on that message number, and who's got it for sale? Happens to be Leslie right here in this office, right here in the presentation today. And who put this on? I think it was Wendy. Where's Wendy? Oh, Wendy, sorry, right here. Wendy helped put that on for you. So in other words, you can trigger leads right from this. And what's nice about this is it's got all Leslie's contact information right here. And she's got information for photos and more details. And she's got here a PDF file of 47 pages of information on this property, Botanica. Isn't that wonderful? So in other words, you're making it available to the public. The nice thing about it is when you have more than one ad possible, you should evaluate it every 30 days. Are you getting leads? Are you doing business? We have a special pledge. If you're not doing business every 30, 60, 90 days, give us a call. You are missing something because we have a checklist of things you could be doing. Remember, there's only two things you do on ICIWorld. One of them is to search from time to time, and you can do it right on your mobile phone. And it's just as simple as like when you click on it, when you click on the app, you just click on it once. That's 1 second for that to come up when the internet's working, right? Which it is working good here. I'm just wondering if my password's kind of working everything here and here. We'll let that get caught up. I don't know why that's not coming up for there right away. Let me try it one more time. It's basically 3 seconds to come up. Normally, I don't worry. My phone just did an update, and maybe it's doing something. So that's a demonstration I was just doing. But 1 second to click on the app, 1 second to click on residential, commercial, or businesses, or the physical area, and 1 second to click on search database. 3 seconds, you should bring up the latest listings in your area. So that's how to look this up. And then when you click here, yes, if you want to see photos, you can click on that, and bingo, up comes more information on the product. So you're only 1 click away from seeing all the information on whatever real estate project that you have at the time. The other nice thing is there's documents you can be putting in here. This is the PDF file. If I clicked on that, there it is loading the PDF file. And there's all the information that can kind of come up on the project right there. Okay? All right, so let's move on. Any questions on that so far? How about someone else's website here? I just want to show you how that can work. We've seen that presentation today. So residential there. We also happen to market websites that you can have information on as well. In other words, the Canadian brokers can choose to have the websites that we supply. Websites we supply are free for 1 month, and after 1 month, they are $16.50. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let me show you what's so wonderful about it, because these are mobile websites. I'm going to click on Florida properties, okay? And let me just make this a little bit smaller. And you're going to see Florida properties come up on the screen. So it would be nice to have botanical right here in one of these properties. It would be nice to have it, because the websites we supply are from a company that has over 150,000 real estate websites in North America. They have lots of listings in Florida. You know, people wonder, I've already got a website, but websites are like billboards. You can have more than one website. If you have one website on one busy highway and another one on a busy downtown street and another one, and if they're all generating leads for you, then why not? Especially if they're only $16.50 a month. That's it. Now, what's so special about these websites? I got to show you in a minute, but I'm going to click on one of these and show you how the information is being displayed. And here's an example of Michael in Canada displaying a Florida broker's website, Florida listings on his website. And you'll see how these beautiful pictures come on the screen. It gets better. It gets better. Watch this. I'm going to make this into a mobile version simply by reducing the size of the screen. I'm going to try it again. There we go. Let me see if I can move that over to the middle without opening it. Yeah, there we go. And there's an example of how you can have your personal contact information displayed on a mobile phone. And now, I don't know if you all want to try it right now. Everybody at home, and let's all do it. Let's everybody at home open up your mobile phone and open up internet or Google Chrome. Say Google Chrome. See if you can do it on your phone.
Not on the app.
No. This is just opening up Google Chrome. Okay? And then type in, it's michaelcarter.net. I'm going to type it in. MICHAELCARTER. Did anybody beat me? michaelcarter.net. Press enter. I'm waiting for it to come up. And for some reason,
GoDaddy.
did you get it to come up?
I see GoDaddy.
I've got michaelcarter.net, but it's not coming up on my screen. It's the internet for some reason. Is your connection was interrupted? So the internet. I might not even be on the internet later. Let's see, michaelcarter.net. It should come right up. I'm pressing enter again, and I'm not getting it. I don't want to get bogged down if there's an issue, but the point is, I'm not getting it on my mobile phone. Maybe again because I didn't set it up right and I had to do an update. But did some of you bring it up on your phones? Anybody? Yes. Michael Carter. Who's got it? All right. Okay, can you show it to me?
Sure, it's Michael E. Carter.
Yeah, just show me his website. Okay, so other people in the room have got it. It looks like I did an update. Would you believe the update happened at 5 o'clock this morning?
It's Michael E. Carter, so that's the problem.
Maybe that was it. Michael E. Carter. Oh, let me go back to my phone. Thank you so much. Those are the funny little things that happen, especially when you get my age. You don't see things, and I need more and more. Oh, it popped right up on my phone. Okay, that's marvelous, just marvelous. Wouldn't you like to have a website that fits a mobile phone like this? I'm going to tell you something, people. You join ICIWorld. This becomes a marketing plan for you, a long-term marketing strategy. If you could get every single one of your customers, you know something, I wonder, no, I'm not going to take a chance to do that. If you could get every single one of your customers to put your website on their mobile phone as a shortcut. Can you see the possibilities now where we're going with this? If every single one of your customers, and every one of you has a database of what, 1, 2, 3, 400 people maybe? How big, just show me out, how big a database would you have for your personal self right now? Whether it's 50 people or whatever. Number of people that you know in real estate. 50? 300. How many? How about you, Wendy? Oh, you got a big database. 2,000? How many would you have?
980.
How much?
980.
980. You're in touch with your database. I can see that. How about yourself? Oh, you're together? So that's why you got it. She's helping you? Okay, how about over here? How big a database might you have? 300? Leslie?
800.
800? Okay, over here? Oh, 400. How about in the back there? 300, 400. So everyone has a database between 1 and 900 somehow. Could you imagine if you had your mobile website on their phone? Every time they want to search for real estate, they can go to their phone, search your website, and end up giving you a call. Now, what's special about it? Right now, every broker has MLS, but not every broker has exclusive listings. And that's one of the things that you can end up having on your website. And also listings worldwide, because ICIWorld supplies links that are international in scope. It's a simple link, and people can search listings worldwide from your mobile website. So there it is. And then when people want to see pictures on their mobile phone, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? The way people can see the interior photos of the homes. And when they're interested, they give you a call. You can do a referral, or you can make an appointment to go show the property yourself. Canadian brokers, you can have this on your website. In addition to that, you will have your own listings. You can still search MLS. Everybody should search the MLS. And we would actually install the IDX link from your real estate board. Which real estate boards are present here today?
Miami.
Broward? Everybody in Broward? Anybody someplace different? Miami? How about back there?
Broward.
Broward? Okay, everybody in Broward or Miami. Any other boards here?
Fort Lauderdale.
And Fort Lauderdale separate board?
No, it's the Tri-County now. At least for.
Tri-County? Okay.
And Broward.
Okay, so we've got different boards, and the different boards supply these links to the listings so that you can have them on your website, and we can help you install them and get them installed on these mobile websites that are $16.50. And we help you to do these. It takes 1 hour, believe it or not, to get the website up and running. And then we have to get the link from your real estate board and help you get that installed. We actually help you do that. And then in addition to that, you can also search commercial. Now, how many people in this room do strictly residential and don't want to do commercial? How many people do residential and would like to do commercial and investment as well? Basically everybody in the room? Okay, very good. So wouldn't it be nice to have a commercial button on your website where you can have the world commercial listings pop up, and if somebody wanted to search Florida for commercial listings, they could actually go to your website, oopsie daisy, and let me just sort them by price just for fun, and bingo, what comes up on your personal website are these haves and wants in Florida. All of these are in Florida. Can you see that? Would you like to have these listings on your website? You know what it does? It shows people how well connected you are in the marketplace. It shows people that you have access to buyers that are looking for from $1 to $20 million properties, lower price for all ranges of price ranges of properties. And then I personally think that half the industry is being overlooked. Which half of the industry is being overlooked are the buyers. Where can you see a list of wants such as you see on this screen? Is there a list that is available someplace in Florida? One second. Oops, pardon me. You tell me if that isn't interesting. There's a list of buyers looking to buy right now. People want to buy in commercial shopping centers from $1 to $5 million. We're going to help cultivate this, and to do that, we did something special. And it's all been done over the last weekend. Can everyone go and try to go to the ICIWorld app all over again and bring it up on the screen? See if you can bring it up on your screen. The ICIWorld app. Okay? And the people at home, bring up the ICIWorld app on your screen, or you can bring up the Mobi site, and we're going to show you something special. And this is going to be good, because this can help make everybody money what I'm about to show you. I'm going to go to ICIWorld.mobi, and right there is something new we've added called Add Your Haves and Wants Free to FSBO database number 2. And when I click on it, you're going to see a form that's going to come up, and that's actually going to come up on your mobile website, and you can actually choose to add your listings to ICIWorld absolutely free. Now, for the real estate brokers that are in the room, most of our members aren't really interested in having you add your real estate board listings to here free. The only things we're interested in are from the actual buyers and the actual sellers. And I'm going to show you how the public is way ahead of the real estate industry right now. I'm going to show you haves and wants that have been placed by the public. They're already doing this stuff. And they're doing it on ICIWorld. And I'm going to show you in search database number 2. We have 2 databases. The first one is when you become a member, your information is made public. People can call you. You go show the property and make $15,000 or $20,000 or whatever. But we also have a database number 2, and I'm going to show you that now. When we go to ICIWorld, again, we're going to click on search. And this time we're going to click on for sale by owner area, database number 2. And we're going to sort them by price. And I'm going to search the database. And lo and behold, you have 822 properties starting right from, there it is, West Palm Beach to Miami to Plantation. Let me see if I can make that a little bigger. Is that easier to read like that?
Yeah.
A little bit easier? Hang on. If there's something just not exactly right, please let me know, because this is a workshop. Like, I'm just here as an assistant to everyone. Even though I've been a broker for over 40 years, please consider me and our company as a personal marketing and information assistant to you personally. We're here to help you make money. That's all we do. We're specializing in helping brokers and salespeople like yourselves to kind of make money using the powers of the internet.
Do you have that half and wants on residential or just commercial?
We have it on both now.
Okay.
That's a good question because up until 3 years ago, we were concentrating on commercial. That's how we first started. Commercial brokers have been working exclusive information for years, even before the internet. But it has really been in the last 3 years that we learned how to separate the residential from the commercial, and we now do residential. When I come here to Florida, I see so much stuff that's residential that's exclusive. Now, what's the significance of that? Because that question alone, when you think about it, is important. Because think of the internet as this. When you take an MLS listing, the beauty of taking the MLS listing is you can post it on the internet where there's 3.7 billion people on the internet. And when it goes on your real estate board, people can see it right away, make an appointment, go show it, bingo. You can sell it nicely. Well, I'm going to ask people in the room here, how many actual listings do you have on a real estate board right now? Does anybody here have more than 5 listings personally, their own listings on a real estate board? 4.
5, 6.
You got 5 or 6, okay? 3 listings. 2, 1. Okay, so this is normal, by the way, that most brokers in North America, whether I do this seminar in Florida, whether I do it in San Diego or Vancouver or Montreal, Collingwood, Toronto, it doesn't matter. The average broker has between 0 and 5 listings on a real estate board. And to all intents and purposes, when you think about it, you're actually almost out of business. Because what we're trying to do is to get listings all the time. So you're really out of business and you're trying to get in business by having something for sale. Today, as of today, you can be instantly in business because now you can take a piece of exclusive information and get it on the internet to trigger leads for you. And Rosa, you were a good example, actually. You were a good example because a lot of builders do not put their listings on a real estate board. They're design build. They're exclusive. Did you know that there's a way to talk to Rosa and to get those design build opportunities and to be able to put them on ICIWorld? There's a way to do that, and we're going to be teaching you that today. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, it's very exciting because if you have a piece of information on the internet, it can trigger a lead just like a regular real estate board listing can trigger a lead. And how does it work? Well, I'm going to show you something. There was some testimonials around here, Diane.
I think you're over there, up there, here.
Okay, there's a couple here.
Yeah, you got them there.
Now, you're going to see here 50 pages of testimonials. And instead of looking through them, I'm going to ask you to go to the app on your phone for ICIWorld. Can you all do that again? Go to the app on your phone. And when you click on the app, what's going to come up? Let's see if I can reload that. Oh yes, I got it. You can go down the page and you're going to see the word testimonials. If you could click on it. And when you click on it, you are about to see 50 pages of testimonials come up on the screen. This is the most exciting thing when you think about it, because if these people can do it, you can do it. Okay, there's no reason why you can't do it. Every single person in this room. Get excited. These are the people that should be the inspiration for you to watch. These are the people making money. You can do it because they're doing it. So this, by the way, is my inspiration to help grow the service, to show that you can make connections to do deals. 50 pages of testimonials. It's literally all of the testimonials and all of this are right here in this phone. And it's on that website that you can see. I'm going to put that away. Okay, let's move on. So these private FSBOs, we're making it easy for them to put them on there. And when you become a member, you can click on these numbers. And then you can make a contact with them. We've had all kinds of properties sold out of this private FSBO area. We simply recommend that when you call them, you have something to offer them. If they're looking for a property, because there's buyers in here, if they're looking for something, you try to have a property that you can show them. And then make that call a valuable call for you and for them, for both. Okay, let's move on. Any questions so far? Okay, let's move on. Now, I'm going to move on a little quicker here than normal because I've covered a lot of stuff already in the presentation. And as I go through this, I'm just going to cover things very quickly here as we kind of winding up within the next 30 minutes. Let's carry on. We're really a society of real estate brokers and salespeople who are networking exclusive information and advertising listings on mobile devices and computers worldwide. Exclusive real estate really makes it unique. That's where we're getting a lot of strength building that for all the brokers, and brokers seem to have to learn how to do that in a proper fashion that's compliant with your licensing body. And we're going to show you how to do that. And there's the easy way to get started. So anytime today, if anybody's interested, even when you're reading it later, you simply go to the main website when you're interested, and if you wish to join, you simply click on the ICIWorld button at the top, and you will click on the next button. In this case, it says More. Down at the bottom, it's going to come up if it's the app. And Join is the first button, and you're going to see that you have a choice for Florida coming up right away as soon as that comes up. And it says 3 steps to join. You click on the first step, you click on the Florida special, you fill it in, and you pay with a credit card. Then you join the service. After you've joined the service, you make an appointment, which you can also do directly from the app. And pardon me, the second thing you do is to print out the orientation file, which we've handed them out here. Anyone that's interested in joining, do not leave today without taking a copy of the orientation. It's a pilot's checklist for a broker. A pilot needs a checklist when he flies a plane. That orientation checklist is a pilot's checklist for a broker. And the third thing you're going to do is you do not leave today unless you make an appointment with us. We want to make sure that we get you off to a good start, being able to place information, etc., how to read stuff, and how to understand what's going on here, and to get you going to making money. How easy is it? Remember I said before there's only 2 things you do when you go to ICIWorld. One of them is to search. Really, after it's all said and done, this is a one-time setup. You just search, and then you click on Login to enter information. And when you do, you simply click on Add, Have, Want on the left-hand side. Now, I'd like to ask someone here in this room, does anybody in this room have a listing that is coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3 months? Anything at all?
What do you mean, under contract?
Not under contract.
What do you mean coming for sale? It's a
Well,
listing.
somebody said, I'd like to sell my property, but maybe in another month come on over and...
Oh, okay, not yet listed.
You got it.
Okay.
Not yet listed is a good term. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anybody have one of those?
Yeah.
You've got one?
Yeah.
And you've got one. Leslie, you know how this works. I'd like to help with his example.
Okay.
Okay, what's your first name?
Tony.
Tommy. Tony or Tommy?
Tony.
Tony. Thank you, Tony. Okay, Tony, give me an example what kind of property you have coming for sale. You think you have it. You don't know 100% for sure, although you feel good about it. You're probably going to get it. What might it be?
Rural ranch property.
It's a rural ranch. It's a one-floor property.
Acres, on a couple of acres.
On 2 acres?
Yeah.
Okay, and roughly how much money would it be?
About $950,000.
Okay, we don't know how much it is until you actually sign the listing, because when you get there, he might want $1 million. Who knows?
Sure.
Okay, so it's approximately $950,000. And roughly where is it?
In Southwest Ranches area.
Southwest?
Davie area.
Southwest Davie area.
You're speaking with an accent, so I don't know if you know this area that well. Davie, Weston,
Okay.
Davie area.
Okay, Davie area. We were here last month, and that's where we got introduced to Davie a little bit.
Yes.
And, okay, so there's a gentleman, Tony, here, who has a property that's coming for sale, and we're going to show you how that can make you money. This is a piece of information, people. This is not a listing yet. Every listing that you get is a piece of information before you get the listing. This service started and reinforced by a book by Bill Gates called At the Speed of Thought. If you can take a thought out of your head and put it on the internet, and somebody else can read it, they can call you. The thought today, we're going to actually write it down. Think about it. This is a thought from Tony in the audience, and it's South Davie, Florida. It's a ranch with 2 acres. Approximately $950,000. Bingo. That's it. So we would choose USA, we would choose Southeast, and we would choose Florida. We would come down here, and I'm going to suggest that you would choose 2 of these. One of them is the farm and ranch land, which we have a category for. But I would also choose residential estates. Do you agree, John?
Yes.
Okay. And then we would simply repeat it, ranch on 2 acres, and then location South Davie, and then we say 950,000, but there's a field underneath that says price comment. I would say approximately coming for sale. I spelled it wrong. Hang on, nice thing about computers, you can fix it. Okay, coming for sale. And then I would go back to the beginning because I forgot to do it. And I would type in coming for sale. That's it. And I would add this listing on. You add the listing. It's not a listing, it's a have. We've been doing this in commercial real estate for many years. It's normal to us in commercial to have, I know a lawyer who's got a shopping center for sale. I'm not going to tell you what it is until it's under contract, and then I'll show it to you. I'm going to get a 48-hour exclusive listing. Whenever you want to show your buyer my shopping center, we'll line it up for next Saturday. I'll get a 48-hour exclusive listing from that owner, and then you can go show it. So what's Tony going to do if somebody calls him on this? If somebody calls Tony and asks Tony for the address, they're going to say, Tony, if you don't mind, I'd like to drive by the property first. And if I like it, I'll call you back. Would you give the address out to that person?
No.
The answer no is good. Everyone's answered no in the audience, just so everybody online and recording can hear that. And the reason is, first of all, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't want people going behind your back dealing directly with the owner of the property. It's you that took all the time, effort, and attention to get your license and build it up to collect this information and give it to people in one little thing and then have somebody go behind your back. No, we don't want to do that. Secondly, your local real estate board and national may have something similar in the United States, and a few people have confirmed it, that when you have a property for sale, you must not give the address of the property to anyone unless you have the consent of the owner in writing. Do you all agree or disagree?
Yes.
Everyone agrees. You must not give the address of a property or identified property for that matter unless you have the consent of the owner in writing. Got that? If you do not have the consent of the owner in writing, you must not give the address. You actually must not. Code of ethics, violations, etc. Every one of you has had to learn a lot of legal things. Probably Leslie more than others because she's a manager and owner of the office. There's so many legal things. Everybody's running around and doing things, and everyone is a legal problem there for all the salespeople getting you into problems someday because she's responsible as a broker for the office. This is just one thing. Don't give an address unless you got a signed listing, period. So now if somebody calls you, the first thing they're going to do is ask you for the address. You can make a statement, something like this. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if you like, you come to my office on Saturday, and I will make arrangements for you to see it. And what do you do on the Friday before your showing?
Make arrangements. Call the seller.
You call the seller?
Get permission, get the agreement.
Get yourself a 48-hour exclusive agreement, and then go show the property on Saturday.
Yes.
All of these testimonials, they were all done that way. 50 pages of testimonials done with exclusive type information. Isn't this wonderful? This gives you extra opportunities to do business. If you think about it, how many listings you have on a real estate board? Not many, but with information, you all should have 15. So help me God, you should all have 15 opportunities. And when you have 15 opportunities working on the internet, now you can trigger calls on your opportunities. They're going to ask you for the address. Well, in this particular case, I have to put an agreement in place first, but if you like, are you going to be in town Thursday? Do you mind Thursday at lunchtime? We'll meet at such and such, and I'll show it to you. Wednesday, you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing. When people come down here and buy properties, they like to buy it right away. You know, sometimes they don't have much time. And you just need the opportunity to show it because you all do a good job. You protect the public. They should always want to buy through a realtor because you protect them from many, many different things in real estate, which I won't go into today, but it may be another time. So you post this property on the internet through ICIWorld, and then someday somebody wants to search, and one of the hot buttons on ICIWorld, believe it or not, I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now, happens to be something called coming for sale. And I'm going to show you an example of that. Just 1 second here. I'm going to use any example. And I'm going to type it in, and just for fun, just do it this way. I don't want to sort it that way. Okay, here we go. And just leave it in that order. And I want you to see how these properties all come for sale. You tell me if that isn't interesting. Is that interesting or not?
It's interesting, but let me just play devil's advocate.
Oh, please do, please do.
What's going to prevent realtors from just coming for sale just so that they can garner attention for properties that they haven't even spoken to the seller about?
Okay, let's talk about that. That's called integrity.
I know it's integrity, but I'm just saying, what's going to,
This is South
Okay,
Florida.
so, what's that?
And this is South Florida.
Okay, so what you're saying is the realtors don't have any integrity, or just the odd one in the apple?
Listen, no matter where you go in this world, you're going to find some unscrupulous people. So, I'm not saying that's Florida alone, anywhere in the world, but what's going to prevent realtors from doing that? And you call them and say, oh, well, where's this? Oh, well, it's such and such and such a place, but just so that they can start getting attention and getting hits on the internet.
Yeah, just start getting leads.
How do you confirm that this is Florida?
One of the advantages of a real estate board is when you take a listing, you can count on it. You can count on it on a real estate board because everything is checked. As a matter of fact, when you sell a listing, if you don't report it within 48 hours, some boards will give you a fine.
No, I understand
This service is not a real estate board. This service is an information listing service. It's wild, wild west. Let me give you another example. And I'm so glad you brought that question up. I'm really happy about that. So that people can understand this, you have a mindset of what a real estate board does. Now I'm going to give you a mindset of the wild, wild west and how to deal with it. It's how to deal with it that you're here today to learn. When you search for gold, have you seen that movie on TV, Yukon, Mining for Gold on the Yukon? Has anybody ever seen that movie? They're mining for gold. They're digging through the mud and digging through dirt. And they come up and they get just a little bit of gold sometimes. But then other times they're getting a little more and they end up making $125,000 for the week or something. The point is, this is a gold mine. I'm showing you deals that are going on here, but these people had to sort through tire kickers, curiosity seekers, time wasters, maybe liars as well. Okay? They had to sort through them to get the deal. So I'm suggesting that an information listing service is like a gold mine. You've got to dig through some dirt to get to the gold. Now, if you find that the integrity of the people that you're calling is in question, you have a database. And you're going to put them in your database and say, I'm not going to call that person because I don't trust a thing they say. And so if you happen to see them there, I would also like to know, because I would like to call them up and say, why do that? There's so much business here that you can do for real. Why go and cause that problem? Because now somebody calls you and you're going to call them back with nothing. You don't have anything to even talk to them about. That's not kosher. I agree with you. But how do you police it? You almost can't. The only thing I can do is if anybody's causing problems on here, I'd like to know. But one of the reasons we only allow licensed real estate brokers and salespeople to join is because you are realtors. And realtors carry a code of conduct. They carry a code of ethics. We all have a code of ethics to look after the public in a proper fashion. And if somebody wants to start taking that code of ethics and throw it out the window and start doing things, the brokers on our service, believe it or not, they know how to deal with it. They won't deal with you. You become blackballed. They will not give you information on any of the exclusive information that they have because they can't work with you, they can't trust you. As a matter of fact, we have brokers here that work what is called principals only. Because sometimes you have an exclusive property and somebody says, Tony, if you don't mind, I'll work with you. If you don't mind, I'd like to work with you and show the property. And he's got a license and then maybe you trust him to do it. Next thing you know, he ends up selling it and you don't get paid. Well, that happens too many times in commercial real estate, but it doesn't take our guys 1, 2, or 3 sessions to wise up and say, that's enough. We're not going to cooperate with you. We're not going to deal with you because we don't trust you. And it's as simple as that. So yeah, it's the wild, wild west and you have to deal with it.
Sir, where's your first name?
Gary.
Hi, Gary. Gary, this good question was posed based on, I think, a buyer prospect, not a seller prospect. But you're saying they happen both ways.
It can happen
with an unscrupulous seller as well.
Yeah.
So
you got to read between the lines.
We get it out. We get to know the seller. We get to know the buyer.
Yep.
From our real estate experience, we're pre-qualifying constantly.
That's right.
Before we go to the seller with a prospect, or before we go to market with a seller's product.
You got it. And that leads into another benefit for each one of you. When you go and you do a deal, think about this. You go and you do a deal, you've worked hard, and you present the offer. The offer's on the table, and you're $22,000 apart on maybe a $600,000 deal. And then the owner turns around and looks at you and says, what can you do for me on the commission?
Pray. I can pray for you.
I like what she said. Did you hear what she said? No. Is I will pray for you. What can you do for me on the commission? What would you say?
If I can't
Looking for you to
negotiate,
cut your commission.
Yeah,
if I can't
looking for you to cut the commission.
negotiate,
What would you
I
say?
can't negotiate the price in your home.
I would say office policy states.
Okay, that's another way to do it. I'm suggesting that you bring up what she brought up. That you know how many people I had to show property to? You know what I had to do to get this one offer on the table so that you can just go sign it like that? You should start talking about all the people you had to qualify, all the showings you had to go on, all the dead opportunities that you drove your car across town and go to show property and it didn't work. You should talk to them about everything you had to do to get that deal on the table. And if I were you, I would list it all on a piece of paper. And I would keep talking until she said, okay, enough's enough. Where do I sign? Do you like that idea? Yeah. You want to justify your commission. People don't appreciate this, that you had to learn about title searching. You have to learn about so much conveying of properties to be able to help them to make it go smoothly for them. So justify your commission. Okay, let's move on. All right, here we are here. So that's how to add a listing. You just simply add your listings, and search listings from time to time. I'm not going to go through this right now, all of the other apps. I'll save that for another time. But a lot of times when we do an educational session, we will cover all these other apps one by one. But today's session, we're not doing that. Each session we do going forward can actually be considerably different. But we use all of these apps on phones. It's actually an educational session. There's other apps that realtors are using on a regular basis. A lot of these are the Canadian apps. And we'll make a list, and I'd like to get a list from some of you of the US apps. Here's some of the top CCIM commercial apps. The people that are listening to this recorded on video later, you can actually pause your video and then kind of make a list of these and check them out on your own time if you're wondering what they're all about, and there's an explanation for you.
Nice.
There's some information on myself, who I am. I've been a broker since 1974, so that's, 43 years, assisting real estate professionals. In the last 20, we're specializing in just helping real estate brokers and salespeople take advantage of the internet. A lot of the concepts and ideas that you will learn throughout the year, you can apply these concepts and ideas to all your other technology and into your real estate business. And it's not just technology, it's actually real estate concepts. Because real estate concepts can really make you money. And we invite all realtors in the business to invite us to come and speak. We're at Botanical in Florida. We can hop on a plane and be there in a couple hours, wherever you are in the United States or Canada. And we can, pop into your office and say hello and do our seminar and have lunch and enjoy the surroundings. We enjoy kind of doing that. Now, CCIM, I'm recommending that every single salesperson in the world take CI 101. If you have a chance, I would write it down. It's called CI 101. You can find out about it from CCIM.com. There are local chapters in all the states in the United States and in Canada. And it will help you analyze the before and after tax consequences of investing in any income-producing real estate. You can instantly start to learn how to analyze real estate so that you can end up with an investor that you could sell 2 properties a year for the next 5 years, a total of 10 properties if you have just that first course under your belt, instead of selling to one family every 5 to 7 years. It can help you do investment real estate. It will take the mystery out of investment and commercial real estate. If you could take CI 101 is what I'm recommending. You're welcome to call me back at any other time and I can talk to you about it. I'm the past president of our local chapter of CCIM. I'm also past membership chairman for many years. I'm also a past World Conference chairman for the 1999 CCIM International Commercial Real Estate Conference. So we know a little bit about what we're speaking, and I can tell you it's wonderful to share this with you. And for the people that get into it, I'll tell you now, the ones that are interested, they'll say, Gary, thank you so much. I've never had one person say that they weren't thankful that they got into it. CIPS, we've got several in a room right now. It's wonderful to be part of the group. I feel warm and loved throughout, the whole world by CIPS, and feeling as vice versa mutually from me. Facebook and Twitter and all these other things are wonderful. We've actually had some people say they prefer to search ICIWorld, over Facebook, only because it targets things right away, because you got 4 pieces of information. You got the type of property, general location, and the price of the property, and bingo, if somebody's interested, they just qualified themselves. When they call you on a property, they know where you are, they know where it is, the type of property, and the price range. They call you. You don't have to qualify them on the phone right away. Don't do that. Get together with them. They've actually qualified themselves, and you're going to find out later that they are qualified.
That's a good point, Gary.
Yeah.
A lot of times, realtors can get hung up and put a little too much pressure on that first conversation. And sometimes you don't want to do that, especially if you put out the proper information up front.
That's a very good point Tony brought up. And in case the people, this is the microphone here, in case you didn't hear it, sometimes brokers, what Tony said, concentrate too much on trying to qualify the buyer. Is it going to waste my time or not right in the beginning? And that this was a good point being made, that people actually can qualify themselves if you have enough information in the listing. Okay, let's move on. Oh, the Facebook and the Twitters, I think those things are important to help promote your website. If you have a website, what good is a website if you have no traffic to your website? Do you agree or disagree? Agree. So we're going to kind of show you how to do that. Part of it is Facebook. Don't take it for granted from your family that they are going to be buying more real estate. You want to show them that you're in touch with what's going on in the real estate business by having residential and commercial listings, by having exclusive and MLS, by having all of these lists of buyers and stuff like that. It kind of shows them how well connected you are in the marketplace of buyers and sellers. The FSBOs that are out there, they might say, no, I don't want to list my property with you, but they really appreciate the knowledge that you have. They really respect it because they want to know what sold around the corner. How much did it go for? You're the one that knows. You know these things. So you really bring some value to the table when you're involved. And so don't discount that when you're talking to FSBOs. And we're going to show you the 3 best questions to ask that you will get a yes, 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 and how you can be working that. These are some of our other instructors who kindly agreed to do these seminars, and we're actually going to appeal to other instructors throughout Florida as well, and other states for that matter, to conduct this webinar and seminar in your various areas. We look forward to working with you, and every one of these people has been helpful and instrumental in contributing to the professionalism of the business and making these kind of systems work for all the people in the industry. They've all got a big heart to kind of help other people in the industry. So yes, we are a global real estate information service, a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. It's open for licensed real estate brokers and salespeople to join. Right now, there's 3.7 billion people on the internet, so I know it costs millions of dollars to build a physical bricks and mortar type real estate office or to lease one. But here you have a $16 website that you can have on the internet and appealing to 3.7 billion people. It's actually not being taken seriously enough in some cases to really advance the causes of what's kind of going on the internet for you. Get excited. There's ways to reach them. And it has to do with networking. And some of the networking that your governor has done is when he visited Canada and was, talking about Florida, etc. There's some of the statistics that are in Florida for Canadians for Florida. Over 500,000 Canadians have actually purchased properties in Florida. They actually own properties, and there's more money coming this way all the time. And I'm suggesting that I know a lot of them, there's a lot of publicity for the East Coast and the West Coast, but I'm suggesting there should be some good, more promotion done in this particular area because I think Canadians will love it. By the way, it's 80 degrees and sunny here, West Coast, East Coast in the middle. And even a little bit warmer because we're a little further south in some areas. So that's really kind of nice, and that's something that Canadians really kind of love.
Right.
Pardon me?
Very good.
Now, here's Left to Buy Home, $7 billion, sold $19 billion in the U.S., in Florida, Texas, California, New Jersey, and Arizona. But Canada is Florida's #1 source of foreign tourists, and perhaps Canadian snowbirds, they may have played a role in the slump that you had back in 2008, where things are really coming back great here, and it's really kind of nice to see. Now, they've more than doubled their spending on properties, and here's a significant figure, people. In 2016, 2017, they spent $19 billion on U.S. real estate, up from $8.9 billion the previous year. And when I talked to some of the brokers here earlier, as we were going to various networking meetings, they thought it was going down, not up, because of the value of the Canadian dollar. Guess what? Value of the Canadian dollar is like roughly 75, 80% of your dollar, but the Canadians are still buying. They are buying, and they're buying more than ever. You can see the figures right there. It's exciting. That's another reason why we're here, is to help you get your properties displayed on Canadian brokers' websites and help you. Now, the reason why we're taking our busy time here today is because of this, in my opinion, is that the highest return of any investment on the internet is really real estate, because one piece of information can make you a lot of money. If you know of something for sale, and you get somebody else that wants to go see it, if you have a showing today, you have a chance to make money today. If you don't have a showing, you make zero. There's nothing in between. You either make $20,000 or zero. And so leads off the internet are very important, and treat them with respect and treat them as precious. They are people who wish to buy. You qualify them, of course, that's your job. Now, those are some of the people that have joined our service that have been benefiting from it, and we'd love to be able to work with every single person in this room to kind of really get it going in your area to make this stuff work. And you just read the testimonials online of people doing deals. There's an interesting figure, and we're going to be covering this. At the bottom right, you're going to see that 9% of people, of sellers, buyers and sellers, actually sold without an agent. This is a National Association of Realtors. This is who you all belong to. National Association of Realtors. 9% purchased without a real estate salesperson. What does that mean?
They saw the listing and contacted us. Oh, this one.
91% used it.
91% purchased with the real estate agent. Get excited. All those FISBOs that you see out there, 90% of them, another realtor drives up, sees the FISBO, makes an appointment, covers his commission, and shows the property and sells it. Get excited, because we have a way for you to work these FISBOs like there is no other program I've ever seen out there like it, and you're about to see it. Here we go. In passing, by the way, can the girls hand out the application form? I want them to see something. During these seminars, we do not get paid. We do, can everybody pull up one of these application forms? We do not get paid for our seminars when we come down here and do this. In consideration of us taking 6 minutes of your time, can we just tell you a little bit about ICIWorld and how much it costs to join if you wish to join? There's no obligation to join, but may I take even 4 or 5 minutes right now just to show you in consideration of me sharing all this with you. Is that okay with yourselves? Thank you. Down at the bottom, how much does it cost to join normally?
$319.
$319. And the special today is how much? $240. Okay, so you could actually join for $240 for 1 year, and it's unlimited ads. We actually have over 30,000 have and want ads. 75% of them are exclusive, not on MLS. These are unique on ICIWorld, and they're coming in Florida. You should have the biggest selection of exclusive information on the service. You really should have. Properties coming for sale, FISBOs, assignments, and more. And what else is happening? Oopsie, can I click on that? I should be able to. Okay, there's actually 2 databases, and I think we've shown you them today. You don't need that displayed anymore. Database number 1, when you place information, the public can read it, pick up the phone, call you, go show the property, get an offer, close it, make some money, pick the check up the lawyer's office, and go to your next deal. Database number 1. Database number 2 is where the public posts information. Nobody can read that unless you are a member of ICIWorld and you have to be a licensed real estate broker or salesperson. There's 2 data streams now. There's commercial and residential, includes vacation properties, and we're going to be doing vacation properties in the Caribbean as well as Florida. And you should take the leadership here to try to, be number 1 on the service to kind of get your properties really cooking on ICIWorld. Make it difficult for somebody to go someplace else. All right, the power of ICIWorld. There's a readership coming in from 138 countries. A little service like ours with the internet, the power of the internet. It's amazing that we can reach the whole world. You're reaching the whole world when you advertise on here. This is global advertising, people. And it's amazing, and it's specializing in real estate. You don't see pop-up ads for all kinds of other things. It's just clean, pure real estate. And it's got a great following. 20,000 people will receive emails. When you add one listing, 20,000 emails go out delivering haves and wants to the industry, plus your information appears on 1,500 other brokers' websites.
Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Do you do anything with languages? I mean, is it only in English?
It's only in English, and that's a good question. I did a long study of that, and Germany and France and all the other countries of the world. And it's very complicated to take a lot of the commercial real estate terms that we have and make them in other languages. Not to say that it can't be done. India, big population, 1.3 billion people. China, same thing. And I think what we would do is probably license our service and let someone else do it, to do it properly. Okay, because it's going to be different terms and conditions. And to put everything that we have in languages, I've already gone through it. I tried to translate things. A normal page of a paragraph can be easily translated, but not kinds of gobbledygook of commercial net operating incomes and cap rates and square footages. It's not translated kind of good. And so we've left that. We also found out that a lot of people buying real estate have somebody that speaks English in the family. Even the people in Vancouver, when they get people from Hong Kong coming over, there's one member that speaks English, and he converses with the whole family. And so there's always somebody that knows how to speak English worldwide when it comes to real estate so far. And then we have, on our service, we have I think it's about 60 languages of broker members who speak different languages. And you can actually search by language. If somebody speaks Tamil or Spanish is easy because a lot of brokers here do. But the point is, there's somebody that speaks that language here on ICIWorld. So list your languages. When you join, you should list your languages. So there's 18,000 pages. Your information appears on that instantly, super fast services. And there's a monthly readership coming in from 138 countries regularly, and it's growing. It's not going down. And there's 18,000 pages that display information instantly. And what I'm excited about is this for the brokers here in Florida, sharing information in an intelligent fashion that serves the work ethic that you put into the business so that you can reap the benefits directly. Print out lists of buyers that are looking for things. And for the Canadian brokers, if you have people looking to buy and all of the public that's going to be listening to all of this stuff later, you should be posting your wants on the service and give the people down here an opportunity to find something that matches the description of what you're looking for. We go to a lot of shows to do that. And just to show you what's going on that we've done for you and why we're serious about that, we're literally spending thousands of dollars, and I'm going to show you some publications here, just briefly because we want to move along here. That says search Florida listings. These publications go to 300,000 people in Southern Ontario interested in real estate. 300,000. You see this? Canadian. See the hat? Want that? The Canadian-Florida connection, I'm calling it. Isn't that interesting? And look at that, Canadian-Florida connection. So we're doing all of these kinds of advertising up there to bring prominence to your listings, and you can put all your listings on there for like $240 the whole year. And one deal, and anyways, there's some other advertising at the top of real estate boards. We'd like a real estate board to adopt this service. We'd like a profession to adapt this service, and we're inviting them all, leaders of the industry, to give us a call and see how we can work to kind of make it work for you. This is one of the largest shows in the world of any realtor organization. The Toronto Real Estate Board itself has international presence, connections all over the world from realtors at the Toronto Real Estate Board. We have a booth at this show. It's one of the busiest booths in the world. One of the reasons is we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website, and it's not as powerful as the websites we supply for $16.50. And then we've demonstrated that a little bit today, that you can have more information on it of an exclusive nature, and how it's mobile optimized. Front page of different newspapers, and of course in the search engines of the world. We're going to finish off with the most important thing of the meeting. And the ones that are here right to the end are going to get the best benefit in this next 5 minutes. This next 5 minutes can be transformational. It can be a new business rejuvenation for you and your business, what I'm about to show you. Here we go. When somebody, and this is to get inventory on the internet. If you don't have anything on the internet working for you, you know, marketing is like fishing. If you don't have the line in the water, you have no chance to catch a fish. I know it's simple what I'm saying, but it's true. You got to have a line in the water to catch a fish. With information, you can do it, and I'm about to show you how to do it. So these are all opportunities for you that you can have on the internet. But there's been problems with it, but the problems are solved. And here's how it's going to be done. And then again, it started out by a book by this gentleman. And I'd love to meet you someday, Bill, because he's been an inspiration to me over the years. And the reason is business. You are all doing business. Well, we figured out a way to do it at the speed of thought by taking some thinking in real estate, putting it on the internet. One person sees it, you go show it, and you make $50,000 within 4 hours. That's what some of our brokers are doing. If you get the right buyer, you can do it. If you don't, you'll say, oh my God, and then you can throw your hands up and say, maybe someday something better will happen. You can make it happen. And here's how it's going to be done. And this is why it's so exciting. And that's where the term came from on our business card. Right there, I don't know if you've seen it. This is the only thing you need. If you left with this today, that's all you would need, honestly. You leave with this and treat this with gold. This is going to show you how to connect in real easy. Global marketing, almost free. That's why I'm excited about CIPSs. Because you know, to communicate worldwide, you got to put it in Facebook, and then how many people see it? 3 days later, it's kind of past news. Here, you can keep your information permanently up there on the internet, and sooner or later, somebody's going to bump into it and say, oh, that looks interesting. And next thing you know, you get a call. Okay, we're on the internet with everybody else. Okay, we're not left out. We're big time out there. Now, so basically, the cost to publish your information, it's almost free. We had to struggle for years to keep it free for you. Now, you can't call our office and get 3 administrative assistants helping you at the same time. You have to make an appointment with us. We save $100,000 by just having you make your own appointments. So when you go on our system, you click on make an appointment. At that appointment time, you get in front of your computer, go to ICIWorld, and click on webinar workshops, and we're connected. It's that easy. It saves $100,000 just doing it that way. Let's go. Opportunities, the FSBOs. This is what I'm excited about. All of these kinds of opportunities for Florida. People, I would get your cameras out and I would go take a picture of this. These 3 questions that help people make over $1 million on our service. We've got people making from $50,000 to over $1 million based on these 3 questions. If you leave today and don't do it, I don't want to say I feel sorry for you, but you're missing the boat on what's happening here. This is the key, one of the key things that I'm here for today, to get you excited about doing business. And let's take an example. Let's take one example. Has anybody here had someone say to them, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission? Has anybody ever had that said to them?
Yes.
If you're in real estate, you get it said. You ask them the first question. Tony, what's the first question?
Will you pay me a commission if I bring a buyer?
That's right. Any problems with that? Nobody has a problem with it. Anybody have a problem with that question?
It's on the market to begin with.
They've got it for sale by owner. Right on our Deerfield, right around the corner. There's 3 of them right in a row, all FSBOs. They're all over the place. Now, we've had some people that didn't make money on our service. And we have a pledge to every one of you. Every 3 months, you should be doing business. If you're not doing business every 3 months, you should give us a call. Give us a chance to work with you to try to help you. We're like a doctor of the internet. If you have a flat tire in your car, you do not abandon the car. You get it fixed. So you call us. We will fix it. We're like the internet doctor. Now, if you don't make money, I asked one broker, he said, Gary, I've been on your service for a while and I didn't make any money. I said, oh. I said, were you asking the 3 questions? He said, yes. And I said, what's the 3 questions? What's the first one? He said, well, I was asking people, will they pay me a commission? And they were saying no. I said, what's your second question? He says, I was asking them for a 48-hour exclusive listing. Is that the second question? What is the second question? If I have a buyer. So you can see we got growing pains with ICIWorld just to get people to understand this stuff. But once you understand it, now you understand it. For the first year we did it, we didn't have this red printing. I didn't have the red printing. I had to stress the red printing. After like 6 months, a year, a person didn't want to renew. Why not? He said, well, I was asking them for a 48-hour exclusive listing and they didn't want it. That's not the question. It's if I have a buyer. You know how many new people are starting out in real estate? The new people starting out in real estate have an advantage if they're doing this right now. New people. The older people have an even extra advantage because of all the extra knowledge they know. So yeah, that's why it's in red and white. Any problems with the second question? You ask that same person. He says, I don't want to sell. I don't want to give you a listing. You ask them the first question, you get a yes. Second question, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing once I have a buyer for the property? Any problems with that question? So, second question.
Never heard of that.
That's right. A lot of people haven't heard of it. You know, has anybody been here to Lake Tahoe? Okay, isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
Up in the mountains, you can go skiing in one day and go swimming down in the water. Little children, you can do it in one day. All of the movie star properties, a lot of them that are up in the mountains there, are being sold this way. Because people that have exclusive and well-to-do properties, a lot of times they don't want their exclusive belongings plastered all over the internet. They don't want it. They want it done more exclusively. Question?
No, I was just questioning you, how much longer are we going? Because they have lunch, they have sandwiches.
I'm actually going to wind up within 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
3 to 4 minutes, is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we have lunch, so I want to make sure everybody has lunch.
Absolutely. Okay, so 3 to 4 minutes. This is the key, the end of our session right here. Number 3, you ask them for permission to market the property, but you tell them you're going to do it without the address. So you're just going to say Ranch, South Davie, $950,000 coming for sale, that's it. And you can even give them a copy of the ad. If you have a restaurant for sale, does that owner of the restaurant want his restaurant on the internet for sale?
No.
Why?
It will hurt business.
It hurts business. There's a lot of stuff, people, that's for sale and available. Okay? And you can be working it through the service using those 3 questions. Okay? Anybody know what FREC is? What is it? Florida Real Estate Commission. They have similar things just like this right here in Ontario. It's the Real Estate Council of Ontario. It's very similar. That no registrant, each of us in this room is a registrant, shall include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify specific real estate unless the owner of real estate has consented in writing. So if you're going to give an address, you must have the address, you must have the consent of the owner in writing. Okay? Now, when somebody calls you, that's how to answer the phone call. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place, but if it's okay with you, I'll show it to you on Saturday. Come to my office and we'll go from there. Coming for sale, same thing, just we did with yourself, Tony, same thing. Advertising information. Does that give it away, that Miami restaurant? If I said Miami restaurant, $350,000 making money, can you tell which restaurant in Miami that is? So could you put that on the internet network information? Yeah. Now, if I said it was at the end of Atlantic Street in Fort Lauderdale by the sea. Restaurant.
No.
Does anybody, okay, there's 3 answers. 1, yes, it gives it away. No, it doesn't. And the third one is, I don't know. It's the last restaurant at the end of Atlantic Street in Fort Lauderdale by the sea on the left. You're giving it away, aren't you? Okay? You have to be careful. I'm teaching you now how to be careful with your information. Because your information, if the commission is 10%, that's $35,000. That's $35,000 out of your pocket. If you tell them where it is, they can go behind your back. How about the Davie, Florida triplex? Does that give it away? No. So you got the idea. You got to be careful on how you treat your information. If I said I had a Cooper gas station Shell station in Cooper City, does that give it away?
Yes.
Good. Why? Why does it give it away? There's only 1 or 2. Right? Very good. Excellent. How about Key Largo? $30 million shopping center. Does that give it away?
No.
How many say no? How many say yes?
I'm not sure.
How many don't know?
I don't know.
Okay, the answer is yes. How many shopping centers are there in Key Largo for $30 million? 1.
Not really. There are more.
Well, okay. The point we're covering, I'm using examples to teach.
Your point noted.
And is the point noted? Wonderful. That's the main thing. You have to be careful of your information. Some people that hadn't made money, I said, were you giving the address to people? He says, oh yeah. Would you give the address away if you had something that's not signed? No? Good. That's good. Don't do that. Okay, let's move on. real estate widgets, we've already covered that, how you can be putting these on your website. You're going to be getting them when you join. Option 1, how to do the widgets. We also support the websites of any company in the business. So no matter what website company you have, we send you the widgets. They can be installed on your website. They're simple links, actually. And how to promote your website. We have 4 webinars running every single day. If you click on events at ICIWorld, it teaches you everything else you need to know after today. And you must know our pledge. And especially for somebody like Leslie, who's the manager of the office, and yourself, Wendy, that helps out with the office. If somebody in your office isn't making money every 90 days, you should say, get a hold of the office at ICIWorld and get another little update. And we'll do it. What do you do now? You can join for $240. You can either staple your business card with one of our girls at the back and staple your business card and fill in a credit card number if you're so inclined. How many people here today are thinking of joining right now? How many? Okay, 1. All right. Very good. I'm going to just, hang on 1 second. I'm going to pause. Oh, there's somebody online here. I will see if I can come again during the break. Oh, okay, that was another one. Hang on 1 second. I'm just going to pause the recording here. All right. Thank you for having me. So for the people that are at home, we're just going to wind it up here. On your Android phone, you can actually join a special for $240 for the year. There's a 25% off our regular savings of $319. You can simply go to ICIWorld.com, click on join, look for the corporate or Florida special, corporate if you're in Canada. And but if you're in any other country of the world, you could click on the Florida special because it is US dollars in the rest of the world. And then you look for the login to make an appointment when you're on your handheld device. You can also print out the orientation PDF file. That will help you get started. But then please make an appointment with us, and we'll give you a hand no matter where in the world you're located. And there's some of our summary of information. Now, what we're going to show you now is just quickly how you make an appointment. And how you do that is you simply go back here and click on ICIWorld, and you'll see that you can make your appointment right there. You click on make an appointment, and then you can simply click on 60-minute workshop, and then you can pick the day or the month, and whatever day you want. And you'll see the various times that are available. Okay, and if it's busy today, tomorrow, the next day, you just make an appointment for another day. 10 minutes before your time, click on Webinars Workshop, and when you do, you'll be connected to your computer and our computer, and we can talk through the computers. Any problems, or actually make a phone call and talk through the phone if necessary. That completes our session for today. Have a great day, and good luck in real estate, and make your luck in real estate. That's it for today. ICIWorld.
Yes, gravy, chicken, tuna, it's on the box.